Hey, howdy, hi, hello, hola, privyet, bonjour, guten tag. What is up, Vikings? How goes it? How's your guys' week been? Ours has been like fairly interesting, fairly busy. Um, on a side note for that, I will not be live tomorrow. I've got some other stuff I need to get done. Henceforth, also why, it kind of works out that Battle for the Light is today because I'll stream today instead of tomorrow. I should be live again on Sunday, of course. Granted, that's barring anything changes between now and then. If something does and I'm not live Sunday, I will post it on the YouTube community page so you guys know that there's stuff that has changed and I will not be live. Anyways, what's up? Hello. Anyways, just a heads up for that. Also, after my first, let me do it real quick. I'll do this. Real quick, member shout out. Okay. Moxie, Boomer, Cats, Modib, Snowman TG, and Yellow. Thank you guys for being continued members and supporting the channel. Yeah, I know. My artifacts or my favorites is a mess and I need to redo the whole thing. Which is why I don't have them on my favorites. Oh, I need to unclick all my favorites and redo them in order because I'm super kind of OCD about that. But I just haven't because, well, I'm also kind of lazy. So, like at some point, I will absolutely add those. I've just been really horrible about redoing them because like it's like hero sets or shaman sets. I just don't like redoing it. Now, I also during these 2 battles for the light today because I signed up for 2 of them. I will be doing the first one in town gear. So like, and then I will be doing the second one in fortress gear to see like a difference because I have seen a difference before in the past. Obviously, like the first one, I'm gonna also do set up my March sets because, well, again, I'm lazy and I don't normally. Oh Lord! All right. Anyways, I'm horribly lazy for it. Like I'm sorry. I am not like the picture perfect follow everything I do streamer. I'm lazy. Not as lazy as some, but I'm lazy. So there's that. But I know I need to do artifacts so badly. It's just kind of crazy. Oh crap. All right. Oh my lord. Save. Like I'm bad. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I probably should do that I epically do not. And artifact sets are one of them. So like I'm just not like I am not again the picture perfect streamer when it comes to that stuff. Oh my lord. Like I mean, it's not that I don't know how to do them. I'm just horrible at it. Like really. I just like I'm lazy. So it's like there's that. Oh man. Like I'm just not the I'm not like literally it's one of those like I can tell you how to save a ton of time in Vikings, but none of which I probably do. So there's that. Um like I'm ready for a nap. Oh. This is like what I was really trying to explain. Battle for the Light, like I can't like I agree. He is. That's why I said at the beginning of the stream, like I will be doing two of them. First one I'm doing in like what would normally be considered town gear. Second one I'm gonna do in Fortress. Just because like I have seen a marketable difference between like between like what you see in Killwise with town gear, oddly enough. It's really weird. Versus what you see with Fortress gear. It's really strange. Granted, that could be like just depending on your rivals, like who you're playing against. It could also be like just the difference of runes. I don't know, but it's kind of one of those interesting things that I've noticed in Battle for the Light. There are times that like the gear and other stuff seems to be better when it comes to town gear than fortress gear, and I don't understand it. It's just kind of one of those weird, odd, strange things. Um, but like I'll switch on the next Battle for Light, and we'll go from there with Rain and Fortress gear. I used Odin, so it's like just all T8, and then I used a Fortress. I actually used a Fortress Fortress town skin. So I don't know. It could be some weird, like confusing mix and match bonus thing that none of us have thought of yet. I mean, like we absolutely know. Well, so I want to say we know absolutely that they're like fortresses, but at the same time, I don't know absolutely they are fortresses. I believe they are. We've been told they are, but I mean, we were told that Raven Towers were too. So, oh no! Amber and I, last Battle for the Light, Amber and I signed up, and by the time we remembered, like doing dinner and other stuff around the house, by the time we remembered that it was Battle for the Light, it was like 15 minutes past the time our round was. So like it was not great. Like we completely missed the entire Battle for the Light round. All just eating dinner and pretty much relaxing with each other for like the first time in the day. And like so yeah, it was like whoopsies. Uh-oh. It happens, especially on long days. Like I absolutely get it. This is one of those events that like I'm almost like I don't want to remember that I have to do it. Um like it is a stressful 30 minutes. You love it? Why, Tiggs? Oh, yeah. I mean it's kind of one of those things. Either you love it or you don't. I've seen a lot of people be like it is the worst event ever. I've seen a lot of people be like I absolutely love Battle for the Light. So I think it just kind of depends, really. I don't I don't hate it per se as much as like it is not one of my favorite all-time events. to be honest, Jotunheim would probably be my favorite. I don't really have like a favorite kingdom event, more or less. I used to really like Fury, and then, well, no, I don't. I don't really like the whole schedule thing in Fury, if I'm being honest. It was really nice when you couldn't schedule it out and see what rounds were gonna be what. So like, it's kind of one of those things. It is also very nice to have a personal event like this that you do not need the rest of your clan for. So absolutely Platroy. But I mean, it's just not one of my, I wouldn't say it is in like my top favorite. I see it as more or less like a necessary evil. But I mean, that's just kind of me looking at it somewhat practically. I don't know. I think there's some things in it that could be changed for the better. Overall, it's like just kind of hectic and hellish when it comes to troop count. But like I get it. Like I absolutely get it. So I'm not horribly opposed to it. I like the fact that we can sign up for like our own time slots, so like our own availability. Yes, exactly. Exactly. The checkpoints in CVC. Man, that has been a thing that I don't even know. There's not much I can say about it appropriately. I rarely close my CVC checkpoints, to be honest. But like with the new checkpoints, I have seen some Battle for the Light checkpoints also upwards on the higher palace levels that are absolutely insane. Like as in you would need to like some of the checkpoints I've seen for Battle for the Light for higher palace levels, you would need to kill upwards of like 3 to 400 billion T8 of somebody else's, and that's not factoring in how many of yours you're going to use to do that. So like it's kind of one of those things of some of the checkpoints are just kind of nuts. And I don't know like if that's going to be one of the things that with the new leagues they kind of balance out, or if that's going to be one of the things of like checkpoints with the newer leagues are going to keep getting bigger and harder and bigger and harder, etc., etc., etc. I have no right idea. And I don't honestly want to guess that. I know the checkpoints and stuff in events, for me personally, and as like competitively as I play, which is like, well, slim to none. To be honest, I don't play competitively at all anymore. I mean, of course, playing competitively with that comes a whole mess of other stuff, like, spending way more money than possible. And I mean, like, spending period. So, like, there is kind of that. But I don't know. Like, I don't see the checkpoints. Or I should say this. I haven't played for checkpoints or rewards for a long time. So, exactly. That's it. I pretty much play the stuff now that I enjoy, and I don't play what I don't. I don't. Amber and I haven't played competitively for a while, so it's kind of like we more or less play what we like and don't play what we don't. We play where we're capable of, what we're capable of, without stressing out about it too much. So it makes it really nice for us in that aspect. Um, Also, in the other aspect of like, we just don't stress what we're not capable of doing. One of the things, like, when it was possible to play competitively, like, I found myself stressing out about, not only checkpoints, but about, like, affordability. How many troops could I afford? What else could I do? What else could I do? What else could I have done differently? And the stress strategy wasn't healthy, and B, it just really kind of made me miserable. So, like, in that regard, playing kind of how we want, when we want, is like way easier for us versus like, how we were playing. Okay, this. Okay, I'm getting absolutely nowhere with the town stiffs. 1 second. So, like, I mean, it's just way more relaxing the way we play now, versus how we played before. And exactly. That's that's pretty much more or less what we do. We don't stress it. Um, and that for us is generally better. So, good God, what am I hitting? Jesus. Go this direction. Oh, it's like, that's kind of the biggest thing. I don't know if I can honestly stress it enough. Is play at your own pace, play what you're comfortable playing, and kind of go from there. Don't stress out as far as, don't stress out as far as affordability, or like stress out about what others are doing in the game, just because of the simple fact of, like, you will be absolutely 110% miserable. I can guarantee that for a fact. I quit carrying a long time ago about, honestly, being competitive, or like comparing, stats, etc., 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 to other people. More or less now, I play for myself and I have fun with how I play. And that's just kind of it. With the exception, I should say, with the exception of the things I do for streaming. There are things I do that, for streaming wise, that I would probably not otherwise. Um, like the streamer battle. Like, I have fun doing that for you guys. However, normally I would not spend 3 hours using a ton of T8 like that on my own. And it really has absolutely nothing to do with, it really has absolutely nothing to do with, like, not enjoying it, as much as it has everything to do with, there's so much stuff I would rather do with almost 1 trillion T8 than hit scouts repetitively for 3 hours and trying to burn through them to get as many shards, checkpoints, and other stuff as possible. It's somewhat stressful. But like I will gladly and willingly do it for streaming to get you guys stuff versus like do that in other ways. So it just kind of depends on like really what you want out of it. I don't stress anymore. I stress other stuff like views on YouTube or how much money the shop is making for business purposes or other stuff. So it's like it is fun to be able to sit back and not stress about any of it. It's nice. And that's relatively how I try to play most of my events. The fact that like I will not close this. Like I know for a fact I won't close this today. And I'm okay with that. Like I am honestly perfectly alright with not closing Battle for the Light. I will more than likely not close Personal Slaughter. And I'm perfectly alright and accepting of that. But it really just kind of depends. Some people, they want to absolutely close every event they play. Like they stress out about the checkpoints and other stuff. I don't. So, I get it. I absolutely hands down get it. Like that's just kind of it. See, and that's where Tiggs you say you're weak. I don't understand it at all. Like I mean, I play to have fun. That's just kind of it. It's always been said by Amber and I, when you don't have fun, I'm just Elston, knock it off, go away. You try streaming and doing this at the same time, dude. Multitasking during Battle for the Light is hard, okay? Oh, man. Like, that's just kind of it. I've learned a while ago not to, since I don't play competitively anymore, I really just don't stress a lot of stuff. And it's nice. It's relaxing. So there is that. Like, see, I don't see myself. I normally don't even play more than one round. So playing 2, I'm just kind of like, I don't really want to do this, but okay. So, it just kind of just depends. Like, see, it is way faster on, agreed, it's way faster on my phone than it is on my computer. But, I mean, like, streaming from my phone is significantly harder than streaming from my computer. So, that's just kind of that. I can't bring myself to play more than one. I just can't. It's kind of one of those things. Would also be a lot faster if I used a plug and play mouse versus a wireless. Connectivity wise, clicks and keystrokes tend to go faster, but I just don't. I mean, ultimately, if I slapped this on my streaming computer, it'd really be faster. But like, I don't know why that was flagged, Elston. That's like the bot being dumb, but because you didn't say anything to get flagged. But anyways, yeah. Anyways, most of it's just like you gotta have fun. I I don't find the highly competitiveness fun anymore, to be honest. So like this is me just kind of like piddly po dunking around. Um See, I don't even know all the keyboard shortcuts. I mean, aside from the numbers. Also doesn't help my keyboard's like an arm's length away because I can't like pull it closer because of the camera that sits on it. So it does. I mean, I agree. See, this is what happens when like you see a streamer that's just kind of like I'm doing this just because I'm doing it instead of like I'm going to do this to be competitive. Oh, that was terrible. 10th. Oh. Okay. You only play with T7? See, that is probably way smarter than what I'm doing. I'm always so happy that like when I play Battle for the Light and I look at like my opponents when I don't see people like Tiggs. Just being honest. Tiggs does not hit lightly. Oh. 4 minutes. Oh, Lord. Let's see. Oh, Tiggs is over there using T9. I'm joking. Or am I? I mean, just saying. I wouldn't be surprised. Tiggy, you're somewhat of a monster. Oh. Like there are a lot of different ways to play, and that's kind of it's really kind of what makes Battle for the Light nice is like in the course of it being like your own personal timing and other stuff, it's nice to also be able to like mess around with it and like kind of play as you want. So I wouldn't be surprised. Tiggs is over there like beta testing new town skins and gear with T12 troops and like a 400 million size march just like waylaying people while giggling mercilessly. Like, see, that's how I am. Well, I mean, granted, my T9 also aren't unlocked, but like, I kind of cringe still when I see people using T9 because it's like, there is no way that T9 right now are extremely strong. Hello! T9 do have like higher base stats, but like when it comes to all the bonuses and stuff that are affecting our T8, T9 just can't necessarily keep up until like we start seeing town skins with T9 bonuses because, well, I mean, that will be phenomenal. All right, quick like commercial for me. If you guys can, please check out the Berserkr Bone shop. I am working on new merch designs and some other stuff. So please check that out along with the memberships. If you're interested in becoming a paid member, they are right there. They will give you discounts and stuff if you pay annually, so pay for a year. We'll also give you discounts on merch. Also, if you can, please check out the GoFundMe. We are like 800 away from the GoFundMe disappearing. $800 will pay off all streaming stuff, and you will never have to hear me talk about the GoFundMe page again. But anyways, $800 away on that, and that's all said and done. So I am honestly, I will show you guys after this battle like what I'm working on. It's not exactly fluffy. Oh, I'll show you after this. I'm trying to put some stuff together. So, there's no bikinis if that's what you're looking for. For one, they don't offer bikinis to make, and for two, no, I'm not gonna like slap my face on one. That's not happening. Just no. Can't reinforce the tower you don't hold. Well, no. Anyways. There are times I have to stop said inner monologue from coming out of my mouth. Oh, Lord. Quit being dumb. It's 2 towers. 2 marches per tower is agitating. I did. I like specifically went 2 rounds today just for streaming purposes. Had absolutely nothing to do with like wanting to play 2 rounds and everything to do with doing it just purely for streaming. So love of Jesus, man. Of course. Like, that's just kind of like So one of the things about like streaming, specifically, I should say streaming Vikings War of Clans, is that it's not necessarily all about like what I want to do, and more or less like what about you guys, what like you guys want to see. There's a lot of stuff like in Vikings that could be covered, but like why? If nobody watches it, what's the point in doing it? So like, oh, T6 to weaken. See, like, I think that's gonna depend on who you're hitting. It might work. I've seen like the T7 T8 combo work. T7 to smack it, and then T8 to smash it. I've also seen that bounce horribly and not work at all either. So it just kind of depends on what you're hitting. Anti-troop does factor into this a little bit, but again, that depends on who you're hitting as well. It doesn't always work out. There are times that like sending the anti-troop is like the best, and there's times that of course sending your strongest is the absolute best. So it's just kind of odd on how some of this, to be honest, works out. So mine's up to 42 now. I don't have the gold to go to 43. Oh. Stupid off-screen click resets my stuff. Oh, Lord. Marbles? The marbles? You saying you lost your marbles, Tiggs? I'm like I've never had enough marbles to begin with, so I mean it's just kind of one of those things. I'm choking. Oh man. The like really the building's upgrade cost is kind of like really gut-wrenching when you look at it. Like it's either not enough gold or not enough marble or not enough of both. It's very reminiscent to me of like doing the ridiculous T6 knowledge and needing totems or obsidian or like half a dozen other things like way back when. That was just kind of how that worked. Either you didn't have enough of one or you didn't have enough of the other, and you couldn't get enough of both. So it's like it's just kind of like throwback stuff to those of you that did not play when T6 came out. There was a significant lack of everything. So but that was also remedied by just doing it with gold. We didn't need like the special item to do it with gold on top of gold. We literally just needed gold. So this like adding marble to the gold is insane. The adding chaos in gold also for knowledge is like really kind of kind of malicious. It's so I mean I get that it's limiting. Exactly. Honestly, like we've seen mismatch matches all the way going back to when CBC first became a thing in Vikings. So like it's just kind of one of those. Just because like some matchups you get are really easy, which means they are really not fair for others. Other matchups you get are extremely hard, which means they're really not kind of like not balanced and fair for you. It really just kind of depends on how it maths out in one way or another. So, good God, man. It's hard to remember for some people. Like we didn't always have like all the events we have now. Um Oh. There was a time we didn't even have well, yeah, KVK was like fairly new way back when too. It was like the first global or first like kingdom wise that we had. And then KVKR and then Fury, blah 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 down the line. When man, that like overall score when you didn't have to worry about like being like it was purely like however many points you could put up instead of like about how many categories you could control. That was like, oh man, you could like do everything perfectly and then be out trained. That is like one of the nice things about the categories. Like the other things, like some of the stuff category wise could of course be changed and more like mellowed out. Other stuff like it makes perfect sense. So like people got tired of being out trained or outspent or out like whatever. The nice thing about categories is it gives you like kind of something to focus on. But like the other downside about categories is like you can see each other's stuff. Like it would be nice in a way if like all you could see is the overall score of your opponent and not the categories. So like, you know, you kind of had to like stay ahead of them in other stuff versus like just like push training or push like knowledge or whatever else. If you had to like kind of guess what they were pushing, and then you could see like the overall category score, like of course it's like 5-2 or blah 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 whatever, but you couldn't see what their categories were. Like that would be way more entertaining in my opinion, because like then you don't know exactly what to focus on. You don't know if like you should just like, you know, massively hit invaders and ghosts or train a ton of troops or etc etc etc. So like I just think it would personally be more interesting if you couldn't see what categories your opponent was pushing. Like you can see the overall category score, just not which category specifically they were pushing. That's just personal opinion, mind you. Like I know. It'd be great. Like, oh, we went from like 5-2 to 3-4. What did they do? We don't know. It would be awesome. And this is why I would not be a good game developer. Right here. Oh, man. You can't. Like, so one of the things is that, like, we have always seen in CVC as well as in other events is like we've always seen mix matched like opponents always. From the very beginning, opponents used to be extremely mixed matched when it came to CVC. Then they leveled out to where like you're really close in influence. And then like it went to kind of extremely mixed matched again. It's kind of hard to determine exactly what any matchup is going to be. CVC being more about clan influence, how that influence is distributed goes a long way. It's not just purely about influence of clan members. Like, I mean, anything and everything can influence that. Also, like, it depends on, I'd imagine it depends on how many clans are in your league. Like, if a clan goes up above your league once you're paired, that's just kind of how that works. If people train once you're paired, that's kind of how that works. So, like, I mean, there's always going to be some degree of mix matching being available. There's never going to be one single match that is absolutely 100% spot on, fair for everybody. There's just not. Um, like, and I'm not saying that there shouldn't be. I'm just saying that like there's not ever going to be one exact even dead even match. Be just because of the factors that go into it. See, like, but that's the thing. How would you even it out? Like, you can't exactly be like, well, everything we do has to be 110% fair, because otherwise we're not going to play. I will tell you this: some of the best CBCs that Amber and I ever played together were because we were so mismatched with our opponent, and yet we somehow still pulled off a win. Like, nothing says screw you like beating an opponent that you should not be matched with just because, like, you know, hands down they are bigger, they are stronger, etc., etc., and them literally being so cocky that they are going to win that they lose. So, I mean, there is kind of that. There is the upset factor, I suppose. But at the same time, like, it's so hard for what would be considered a fair or easy or doable matchup anymore. Influence, like, certain things on influence, like, will always mess it up. Like, you can get a clan that has small influence but a max glory haul. Well, I mean, that in itself is not necessarily going to be fair to the clans that then match that influence, but don't have a max glory haul. So it's like, when you look at things like what's considered fair and what's not, the more complex you make the matchmaking, the more chances of, like, the whole thing of like, well, why don't we have a CBC opponent? Well, I mean, it's just kind of how it works. The more complex it is, the harder it is to match. So, like, um, and then the way that, like, it's kind of going with influence right now with the buildings and everything else, the knowledge and stuff like that, giving so much more influence. It's going to kind of be a little difficult for people that are doing upgrades to get fair match, or people that are struggling with upgrades to get fair matchups in clan events like CVC, etc., etc. So, like, it's just kind of like there's a lot of stuff that could be taken into account that isn't, but at the same time, again, the more, like, difficult you make the matchmaking being, the harder it is to actually get an opponent that is roughly relatively the same size, strength, etc., etc. So, Exactly. That's it. Enjoy it. Either enjoy it or don't do it. Like, that's the thing about a game. It's supposed to be fun. If you don't enjoy how you're playing, then don't play that way. That's just kind of how that works, in my personal opinion. Some people will tell you that's wrong. Some people will tell you, like, well, it's no fun unless you're, like, in the top of the top. But it all just kind of depends on exactly that, how you want to play. Oh, 11 seconds left. Done. Oh, nice. Oh, Lord God Almighty. Lord of Towers and Dominator. Oh, Lord God. So it really just kind of depends on, like, how you want to enjoy the game. Like, what you do to enjoy the game, I should say. Um, like, if you enjoy it, if you like it, then there you go. If you don't like how you're playing, you don't like other stuff, then, like, don't do it. Thank you. I don't think that I don't think that'll get me a single level of any of them. No. No, it won't. But got me closer. So oh, you are welcome. So, like, as you can see, obviously the more towers you hold, the more chances you have of doing that. If you can control the bonus towers, controlling the bonus towers are probably, like, the easiest way to get into the other towers. And then, of course, like, scoring more tower points, the farther away from your starting point that you hold, the better chance you have. Okay, give me a second. I'll give you guys, like, a little sneak peek on some of the stuff I am working on. Let me pull this up. I'll just do it like this. So I'm kind of playing around with, like, this kind of stuff. Um, Designing some shirts, hats, and other whatnot. Of course, like, that is not anywhere near, like, the final look I want. But that's just kind of some of the stuff I'm doing. Messing around with digital art. My digital art, anyways, I should say. So, like, I'm gonna come up with some other stuff that's obviously not as bloody, etc., etc., etc. The fact that you guys really like the rose print stuff, I'm gonna kind of work with some more of that. But anyways, I've kind of got, like, some crazy ideas on some stuff, so we'll kind of see how it goes, and see how it all comes out. Anyways, um, like I said, I will not be live tomorrow. I will not be live again until Sunday. At least that's the plan. I hope you guys have an amazingly awesome rest of your week. And I hope that your um I hope that your Fury goes really well. I don't There's only so much stuff I can make. Check this out. So, I'm gonna also do, like, some more of these. This design. Ah. This design right here is probably like people's favorite so far. So I'm gonna try to come up with some more stuff like that, and other stuff. So like I'm trying to get like a good collection and mass amount of different ideas. The graffiti style is really like kind of popular for some reason. I mean, it's cool. It's kind of like whatever you guys like that you want to pay for. Anyways, thank you guys for chilling with me today. If you can, check out the shop. I can put some promos together and some other stuff. There's free shipping on everything over $80. Check out the shop and also the GoFundMe if you can. It'd be greatly appreciated. I hope you guys have... What the... One second. I hope you guys have an amazingly awesome rest of your week. Good God, man. Stupid paste stuff. All right, there we go. Anyways, I hope you guys have an amazingly awesome rest of your week. A fun and happy Fury. Stay safe. Stay cool if you have hot weather. Stay warm if you have cold weather. Do not forget, in the course of gaming, to go outside and touch some grass. Spend some time with your loved ones. Anyways, thank you guys for being here. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, hit the like and the subscribe button. I will see you guys on the next live stream and around in the community. Thanks for watching.